is a sick, sick country. There is a great sense of hopelessness and uncertainty with our children, parents, and teachers. And this goes to a fundamental issue that we do not have a proper education philosophy. We are unclear about exams and its outcomes, and we are unclear about its aims. Education, as you know, is fundamental to achieving human potential, developing an equitable society, and promoting national development. Education is a public good. It is for each and every single one of us in this republic. And yet we have a Ministry of Education that does not share at all its performance audit. We have 76% of our youthful nation that has no future that they can look to for dreams. We have a demotivated student population that do not see the relevance of what they are learning. They don't like the method. They don't see the relevance for them in their existence now and in the future. After all, how many kids are going to university and being jobless? How many kids are even finding the relevance of what they are studying to what they are visualizing in the world today? We have demotivated teachers. When others are asking for claps about achievements, I can tell you there are demotivated teachers in this country every single day. Our primary and secondary schools of learning are being destroyed. I want to be categoric here that CBC, which has been brought in, is a complete disaster. In public schools today, we know many teachers are even ignoring it. These experiments have been done even in South Africa. And I was just being reminded this morning by a very good professor friend of mine that it took South Africa back, education-wise, more than 20 years. They've now had to scrap it and begin afresh, a hybrid. We are not learning from experiences. Why? Because education, which is supposed to be a public good, that is supposed to bridge the gap between those who have and those who don't, social mobility, is fundamentally being destroyed for what we call edu business. Edu business imekuwa kama biashara. This is an extremely dangerous path for this nation. In contrast, the Kibaki years got us 1 million kids into schools. 1 million new kids into a primary school system with free primary education. It helped stimulate an economy because you gave back the parent that 10,000 shilling that they were spending on free primary. It stimulated this country and brought about a wealth of human resource. The Kibaki administration has milestones on its scorecard. It brought what you call the education initiative. A Kenyan child is likely to have 11 years of education under their belt under Kibaki by the time they turn 18. In sub-Saharan Africa, that average is 8.1 years, just short of the 11.2 years average of the world. Those are milestones of Kibaki. You had achievements in relation to even bursaries and the student loan schemes. We had an additional 15 new-fledged public universities. You had a culture that a degree mattered, that schooling mattered. We had even police officers who were going back to school to achieve greater grades and promotions in their service. In other words, there were benchmarks to how you could achieve greater and greater success in your life and upward mobility in your jobs. Today, it literally does not matter anymore. It doesn't matter. We were proud of education. Today, it is a sad story. And I want to indict this regime of Uhuru Kenyatta, and I want to indict it very seriously. Very, very seriously. You are destroying the future of our children. You are literally destroying the future of this nation. We are creating a system, even under CBC, where children are not going to be innovators. They are going to be just mere workers and never creative human beings, which is what they are meant to do and what they are meant to achieve out of their full potential of life. We must relook this whole system. It's too late for you. Your results are here for us to see. But our policy going forward, and I'm hoping the fourth estate and this nation, and I'm hoping and praying that you will interrogate our policies in this regard. Ours as Safina, and you can see I'm flanked by my fellow Safina leaders here. Ours is very clear. Ours is a policy where we want to make Kenya a global, especially an African hub for education. Like we can see today, for a lot of higher learning, many of us look to European capitals, look to India, look to Australia, look to America. We want to be the hub that a lot of African countries, our fellow Africans especially, come to for high school, for universities. But at this rate, we are advertising that we are a hub of failure, not a hub of success. We love schooling as Kenyans. We are about aptitude. We believe in it. Our kids work hard. Our teachers work hard. Our parents work hard to ensure that we have fees paid. We cannot continually answer them back with failure as a result. Asanteni sana. Yes. Sorry, I can't hear you very well. Alvin, yes, go ahead. Yes, I'm in a sense saying that, you see, one of the basic public goods of education is social mobility, bridging the gap between the haves and the have-nots. And when you have a system that is creating massive failure like this, the have-nots are always more than the haves. They are definitely more hurt than the haves. There's no doubt about it. And this is fundamentally a wrong principle, because we are all equal citizens in this country. We must bridge this gap no matter what it takes, and this country can no longer exist like this. That means we are a sick nation. So I'm confirming what you're saying. Any other question? And I want it in line with education. Yes. Sikusikii vizuri? You know, Atireri, you know, you people, we are talking nationally and you want us to talk about in tribal language here. Sijui, no, let's be very clear. There are two national languages in Kenya, correct? Which are the two? Bas. Now, why are you not asking me to talk in Kisii or Luya? Acha maneno yako. I'm not Uhuru Kenyatta, my friend. So ask me. What do you want to ask me? No question. Okay. Nini ingine? Yes, ma'am. How best? Oh, I can tell you. I can tell you. First and foremost, let's agree that an experiment called CBC is a complete failure. It's a complete failure. If we are even to recall the last education system that really, truly mattered. I want to tell you, it may have been the one some of us went through in our early years, and those that our parents went through when education really mattered. So we need to relook this system and make it a system that we have all agreed is a hybrid of the current needs in this country and our international positioning as a nation. We must understand that we must act locally but think globally. We are now in a global world that is on your telephones. We are now in a world that has got a marketplace of 7 billion. A marketplace, opportunity, and also competition. So we must find a way, categorically, and we have, and you will articulate more in our policy document, about how we are not only going to bridge the gap between those who have and those who don't, but basically how we are going to reposition a Kenyan in the marketplace of 7 billion people in the world. Na niendelee zaidi, I want to be very categoric that even the most basic things like food, nutrition, brain development is between the ages of 0 to 5. That's when you get your brain development. And between those years, I want to tell you in the last 1 year, 2 million kids were disenfranchised because of malnutrition. So there again, you can see how many people are disenfranchised. We are going to propose community health workers. 1 community health worker for every 200 people in this nation that will teach a mother and ensure a mother when there is a fetus in her womb that the kind of nutrition they need to have right up to 0-5, in other words 5 years, so that brain development for each and every one of us called a Kenyan is equalized. That is how deep we are going to go with this issue. I think I've helped you understand a bit. Asante. Anything else? Nothing else on education? You people, this was a very big thing for Kibaki. And I mean, I would have hoped that you were going to link it. I was hoping you were going to link it a bit more because this was one of his greatest successes. And in remembrance of him, I was hoping I'm hoping that in the week that we have ahead, they are going to be interviewing people who are beneficiaries of Kibaki's free primary initiative, people who are beneficiaries of his loan schemes. I'm hoping that you will do that because this is in good remembrance of a great man. Asanteni sana. Thank you. You too. So? Okay, thanks.
Asante sana kwa muda wako kwa kutazama Wasos TV. Kama umesubscribe nasema asante sana. Kama hujasubscribe nakuomba uweze kusubscribe. Kama uko na maoni niachie kwenye comment section. Nijue uko na maoni gani kuhusiana na mfumo wa elimu jinsi Jimmy Wanjigi ambaye ni mwanabiashara anavyozungumza kuhusiana na mfumo wa elimu hapa nchini Kenya. So sijui uko na maoni gani mtu wangu, yani niachie hapo kwenye comment section. Nashukuru sana kwa wakati wako, nashukuru sana kwa support yenu, kwa kila mtu ambaye amekuwa akitazama Wasos TV. Nasema asante tena asante sana. Kama hujasubscribe na kuomba uweze kusubscribe. Ukifinya like utakuwa umefanya jambo la maana sana, au sio? So nakutakia mchana mwema kama unaitazama mchana, ama jioni njema kama unaitazama jioni, au sio? Kuwa na siku njema ama jioni njema. Mimi niite Manoti ndani ya Wasos TV. Asante sana.